my dear friends, and welcome to another process video. This is another two-page spread for me, and I hope that you will like it. So let's get started. This page, for starters, is based off of a sketch from Scrapbook Generations. They have a free sketch, I believe, once a month, and the sketch was actually just for a 112 by 12 paper, but I tried to extend it for this page. So if you see my left, that is basically what the sketch looked like. It had strips of paper up and down, and then the pictures were designed in the center of all that paper strips in a vertical way. And but I had more than 4 photos for this particular event, so I just kind of spread that onto my right. So this just shows you that you can take a 12 by 12 sketch or an inspiration and then spread that or stretch that for your double page spread. So one of the things that I have been inspired with my two-page spread lately is watching a lot of Nicole's videos. She is, I think, Holy Bing on YouTube. I will make sure to link her YouTube channel in the description below. But one of the things that I've noticed what she does is she does a lot of the kind of paper piecing to a point where she would cut the papers, and I think it's because that is the sample for the Scrapbook Generation sketches or kits that she follows. So anyway, she would cut the papers and then just kind of make that go all around her pictures. And so I'm taking that as an inspiration for a lot of my two-page spreads lately. And what I do, because I don't have the kits that the Scrapbook Generations have, or I'm not following it rather, for these particular pages, is that I would lay my photos first and then just grab papers and kind of go all around it. So I love this idea for two things. First is that I'm not wasting paper. I'm not putting paper on the back of photos where I know it's not going to be used or it's not going to be seen. And then at the same time, I'm able to actually, go through my scrap stash, because I have a good chunk of scrap papers, and it helps me to use some of these papers that I love, especially if you notice that floral paper, that's actually a recollections paper. But I love that paper, and I only have like a very few, well, not very few, I only have one piece, and it's not a whole 12 by 12. So for me to be able to use that, I was able to extend it for this particular page by just doing that blocking effect. And I also was able to hand cut some of the flowers and extend that particular paper without having to invest in a whole 12 by 12. So maybe that's something that you would like to try for the future. And so here I'm just inking the edges. Now in the beginning I was inking it on top of my page, but I noticed that this cat's eye ink pad that I was using, the brown one, was kind of leaving some marks or some brown spots on my white paper, and so I decided to move my paper aside and then ink that on my mat instead. And then I am just putting all my pictures. So I have one 4x6, and then the rest are 3x4s. And I love being able to add a lot of pictures to my pages without giving it enough room to add other things in there. So my photos, for some reason, did not complete like the whole span of the 12 by 12, so which is okay for me. And so what I did was I left like a 1/4 inch on the right and the left sides of my paper, and then I will just trim those, or I just trimmed the papers so that it will have that mark as well. Then I had to stuck some of these in there because I like to make sure that they're centered, or they matched up with the right side, and so I had to tuck that in, and I didn't have, I didn't have long nails, so I had to use my my X-Acto knife. And I'm just adding some banners. Again, all of these are from my scraps, and I love being able to use my scraps here. And then I have that hand cut flower from that same pattern paper that I'm going to be adhering with some foam, fun foam, so that it'll give it some dimension. Okay, so a little bit about this photo or the photos. My daughter was part of a little singing group back in 2012. My friend was doing singers group, and I love the group because it wasn't, they weren't doing competitions or things like that, so it was very stress-free, especially for the girls. You know, we didn't want them to be too competitive. I mean, I want them to be competitive, but not to a point where they don't want to sing anymore. It's basically just, you know, to get her getting out of her comfort zone. And so I had left that little piece there of paper, um, and I was thinking of just handwriting my journaling, but when I look back at my blog post for this particular event, I had a lot to say. And so I'm actually going to be spreading my journaling all over the place here. Well, I'm going to have some strips on that bottom right page, and then it's also going to be extended to that little piece of block paper on the right. And here I am playing with some stickers. I entered this for a sticker challenge over at scrapbook.com as well, and so I want to make sure that I use up my stickers. And I have this Echo Park paper, I mean sticker sheet, and I really like the block of stickers here, but it didn't have R's, so I turned the P's into R's. And before, you know, I committed to that, I put some pen on the R or on the P first to make sure that it will work out, and it did. So I'm committing to that, and thankfully I had all of the letters that I needed to spell out Singer's Recital. I did turn the 3 into an E, and I usually do that because I love to have, well, my ideal title would be that all of them are the same letters, or letter stickers at least. And so when I don't have E's, I just turn the number 3 into an E. And so one of the twists for this sticker challenge was to use border stickers, and so I had a few of these Mamarazzi collection from Bo Bunny, and then I added some of the border stickers. And I will also dress up the blocks, or some of the empty spaces on there, with some more stickers like this one. This block is going to have a sticker. And then when I was going to adhere this, I remembered that, wait, I have some more of these Milo shoebox stickers that I wanted to use up. And so I'm going to grab that, and there's a frame on there. I'm going to stuck the frame first and then adhere that. And then I remembered I had some floral ones too, and flower vines, and so I'm going to adhere to flower vines. And as you can see, I'm just using up my stash, just trying to use up the items that I have. And so I just extended that vine into the rest of that block. And then here I'm adding a few more of the vines that was left over. And then these really cute birds that are singing. I thought it was perfect embellishment for this singing event, and so I played with that. And I'm actually going to add, I believe, all of the bird stickers. There are 2 of them, and then that one that looks like a hanging ornament thing, I'm going to add that. I'm still trying to figure out where I'm going to put it, so I'm going to add those things. And then that would finish off this page. You won't see me add my journaling strips here because I do that later after I printed out my journaling. Oh, I am going to add some pink word stickers from Cosmo Cricket. Not sure if that's going to be added to this video, but I do finish that off with that. So, so yeah, this is the page, and I'm happy with it, and I loved how it turned out. And another reason why, here I'm just looking for the date. Just wanted to see what date it was, and it was June, so I'm going to add the June banner sticker here somewhere. And I think I'm still looking for some things to add. I don't think I'm going to end up adding anything else that would be seen in the video. Or maybe so. But anyways, if you love these videos, please give me a thumbs up and then also subscribe so you will know when the next video comes out. I do a lot of double page spreads just because that is my jam, I guess. That's my thing. I know that's not a very common thing anymore that you see online, but that's still what I do, and I love being able to put a lot of pictures on my pages and also my stories. So thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.